We are ready for round number 1 between CEX and Fierce on overpass. 4 players from the side of the T's towards A. Just going to be Nuke Dog holding towards B in case there was a push from Fierce.
So obviously you can see Karma Wow there. He's a real human. It's not Karma Panga. He hasn't made the return yet. Not yet. But James BT's been trusted with this P250, which we typically saw ZNX or Nuke Dog be the ones given that weapon. But obviously this time we're thinking Rezu said, okay, I'll drop P250 across, I'll just go smoke flash, that'll be fine. I'm interested to see how this goes though, because it's, I don't know, I feel like this is not what we normally see Fierce on. Because I think CX used to play quite a bit of overpass.
They
if I remember correctly. They played it, what, 2 weeks ago?
LS used to be unbelievable in this map in former seasons. Nuke Dog has some very good time in there towards B. Fast trade though by Stanley. Ooh, a fake though towards the B side. There's still 2 players here from the CTs. Astro.
Oh.
Very calm, collected, relaxed headshot there onto James BT. There you have it. 4 versus 2 players from CAX dropping like flies. Karma. Not Panya. He's going to have a Gfinity level performance here if he wants to try to win this one. Going to go for the pick. Only finds 1. And just like that, 1-0 for Fierce as they do take the pistol. I mean, for Nuke Dog there to have the timing to go up short to find the kill. Fast trade there by Stanley, but for me it was Astro finding 2 frags there. The one in towards bank, the one towards the cross towards truck, turning it into the 4 versus 2. Pretty much game over.
Yeah, so I did get the information on the veto. So it was actually, so overpass is considered second for both teams here. So I remember seeing CX play this map, it was 2 weeks ago and last week if I remember correctly actually. Actually, it wasn't last week, it was the week before because it was Nuke last week. So yeah, so it was 2 weeks ago and they were showing a lot more, better plays overall compared to what we've seen from them. But Fierce playing overpass second, I think it was the map that they did beat Endpoint on in the final to take it. Wasn't it? It was rather windy, if you remember.
Oh, it was very windy, yeah. I remember lots of plays.
Oh, they've actually got 2 AK kills into that. There was a jump spot kill onto Eccles there. Normally a shot that Fry would be the one hitting.
Yes, he was
Normally,
unbelievable
he's very good at
that, wasn't he? Speaking of Fry, he is still alive towards the B-bomb site. And while he's still alive in the server, Fierce have always got a chance to win it. Astro. Turning this into more of a manageable situation. 3 versus 4 as he tries to get away from the scene of the crime. Bomb is still in towards toilets. They have control towards connector, which means they can go for the fake towards A. Final down, Khan in towards B. However, there's still 49 seconds left on the clock. We could be seeing some information plays coming out from Fierce if they do push towards Monster. Instead, they play passive and hold. And with that, CX go for the full rotation towards B. And I think Astro's making a very smart call here as the in-game leader. The idea is the risk versus reward. If CX go as A, they will save their 3 weapons. If they go B, well, they have all the manpower exactly where the opposition are heading.
The issue is you've had no grenades to be able to set yourself up here. You're based on that contact play. Stands at pillar, fantastic angle. Fry playing anti-flash. I think it's all on Fry here.
No flashbangs, just the line up initially. LS with 2, but Astro 1 versus 3. I'm not sure if they're going to be expecting him here. There's 8 seconds left.
He's probably won it.
Plant, 5 seconds, yes, to hide now. 3, 2, and 1. And he will be going down, but he gave them a chance though at least. 1-1 into round number 3.
Yeah, I think obviously the setup is kind of difficult to play that, right? Because Fry, he's stuck against that close wall. And yeah, he's in a position where he's managed to take first contact when he probably should never have taken it, right?
No, he's walked in front of Stan there.
Yeah, Stan wasn't able to get the shots off. It should have been Stan, get the first shot, pull behind pillar, and then Fry able to do the same. You could then try and double peek across. Is that the actual smoke for the highway side?
No, that's
the toilet one.
The toilet, yeah. You can also
throw
it from the stairs on the rail. Yeah, so when I say I throw, God, I'm not sure if I
don't know how long ago.
A year later,
there's a little leaf that sticks out as well.
Yeah. I actually went through the grenade pin, but everyone's. If there's a lot of smokes that I used to know, and
you had different lineups because of the
now
different whether it's
now when I've got
different settings.
Stanley shouting at me UKPL to smoke something and I can't remember it. It's just my world now.
Not in UKPL, mate.
No, trust me, you don't want to be.
I don't think anybody wants to be right now, based off of what I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah, there's been a lot on Twitter that's interesting, isn't there? Anyway, he's not around anymore, is he? Round number 3. Oh, it depends on the next matchup. Round number 3. Bomb outside the B-bomb site. Rezu there as well. Still no presence towards A. from CEX, but it seems like they may just go for the group play towards the B site. 45 seconds remaining. The smoke is going to fade towards Monster.
Fry still has one there. This could be quite a big... It all depends on how or where he throws it from. Like, they'll know that he's guaranteed on that side. It's minimum to what? About 19 seconds there? They can make the run cross towards A, but they're going to be so loud if they do it. Like, Eccles has to be hearing them just jump up that well. They've taken ages to jump up as well.
Gosh, this is far from ideal.
Oh, God. This is reminiscent of that Astralis round against MLBR.
Yeah,
right?
Fallen.
Soulcast.
Yeah, Soulcast. Ooh, looks like he was standing a headshot there. Couldn't quite manage it. Push towards Bang. Questionable there from New Dog. The 5 vs 4 bomb planted, and now they can scuttle away towards toilets, play the after plant positions. You could actually argue a safe here from Fierce, obviously depending on how the next pick goes. They do lack the defuse kit as well, so time is of the essence.
They've managed to get out though. None of these CX players are actually playing in the site. I mean, it's a good idea. Obviously, they've got the range advantage, right? But you can see the call, as you said. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go for that save. You may as well try your luck into the next round. Maybe even bolster your buy even more, right? You can get so many grenades in. But CX, I guess, making the correct call, all things considered. Dom didn't want to try and hold that bomb site on his own, right? So it will be them taking the lead, but can't always be a bit too forward here potentially. He might lose his AK.
Ooh, good timing there as you saw two players just go for the trade. 2 to 1. Fierce should be onto the eco here. Scout for Astra that was saved. The UMP2 for Soulcast. Apart from that, 2 sets of Kevlar as well, actually, so potential in this round for Fierce. CX going for the 4-man rush, it seems, towards B Short or Monster. Getting this round over with. James BT. Let's see. Does lead the charge, but Stanley's just going to burn alive from Molotov. This is a very easy pick-up kills here for Nuke Dog on the Mag 10. James BT as well across the map, going to find one with the AK. And now it should be easy money, or not. Dom is in the server to deliver. 4 versus 2, but nothing really too impactful here. They're coming out from this for Fierce. And for Fierce, losing this one would result in former Fierce, actually, now looking for Org, taking the second spot, if I'm correct, in that group. Which would mean Fierce would play second in Group B.
Yeah, trying to look. We've got a nice little sheet here to have a look at, haven't we? So as you mentioned, this is where CX to win, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so that means that we would end up going into a situation which means Liverpool would play second across, depending on what happens in the other game. So if Pensioners win, they'd be playing Pensioners, which is a very tough matchup to be given. Or London, perhaps, depending if Revelation win. It's a very, if you're in this group, it's a very horrible situation to be in, really, isn't it? Because that other group has been so tightly contested by all of the teams as well.
Yeah, definitely. But then it's like Revelation, which is so far ahead of everyone else, and then it's a fight for second and third, really, to be in the playoff spot. And the funny part is, when you look at those teams, Pensioners, Smuya, Luzza, you name it, Shani as well, then you also have
obviously
Endpoint in the mix.
And then you add, on top of that, the now London Esports guys. Who are
Dislo,
yeah, they're a very good team. Like, of players, they're fantastic, right?
This is what was so frustrating, actually. It felt like, you look at the roster of names for former Dislo, now London, and it felt like they were weaker than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Cause
I expected more from the team, personally.
Yeah, I think it's just a building process, right? Because, I mean, Ash is clearly invested as a coach to be involved in this sort of thing. And I am kind of seeing some progress, but it's just a case of sometimes some of the vetoes seem unfortunate in some cases. Like last finals, for example, they'd practiced for the endpoint matchup, and they ended up going into the maps that they didn't practice. Which is, yeah, it's like one of those, like, why have you done that sort of thing. See Jake's having fun on the swing.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a go on the slide? Is there time for a slide? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We've just appeared at the top of the ladder. Apparently,
it's quite jarring, wasn't it?
So, based off Jake's reaction there, so with whatever update, apparently the actual set position has changed completely.
Oh, there we go.
That's me getting ready for McDonald's.
I was gonna say someone else. Other brands of fast food are available.
I'll help them all.
Oh yeah, you will have them all, mate.
Actually, no, I won't. I'm quite a fussy eater.
There's a few images on the pillar as well. On the
Yeah,
side.
there are. Yeah.
Cafe Mitty.
Reminiscent of the place we went to last night. That place was amusing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. On your bike, mate. Go on, Ben.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell you what happened with the. So I waited a good like 10 minutes after everybody'd gone last night because my Uber was miles away. And the guy, when he picks me up, he just kind of speaks no English, of course. He just kind of says some stuff in Polish. I'm like, I don't speak Polish, and he goes, he starts doing like this action, like as if I'm shivering. I was like, yeah, it's a bit cold, yeah. And he was just like, and he just pumps the heating up all the way to the top. And I'm coming out of that taxi then sweating. I'm just like, what on earth has he done to his cards just for me?
Have you hit him with the 3 stars?
I'm a nice guy. I didn't tip him, no. To be fair, it's kind of weird contrast. Like in UK-wise, your tips like it's actually in a pound or whatever.
It's expensive.
And then over there, it's just 1 zloty, which is 20p.
Yep, that is true.
Like as a contrast, it's kind of crazy. Like to be like the recommended amounts. Quite an extended tech pause coming through here, all in all. CeX do lead 3-1 right now. They've been, winning the battles. Obviously, I think the big one was that second round, right, where they got the AKs in. They got the opening kills. Very nice kill, obviously, on the jumping player who's spotting towards short. And ultimately, they've been in control, really. Like they obviously made the correct calls some of the rounds. For example, that late one when they're outside B, going all the way back to A.
Yep, true.
Very risky, but they did pay off, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if Dom lands one of those kills,
the disruption alone is enough to.
We saw Nukdog go down. It could have been a 3 versus 5, but then the afterplants were so good. So just got word from producer Kat that we'll be going live shortly.
Thanks, Kat. It's crazy that you made this trip all the way back as well.
Yep.
You went to Munich, you then went to Birmingham, and you sprinted all the way back to the studio because you love the Prem. You wanted to produce the show.
Yeah, Lottie says hi.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. The dedication.
So, we are still waiting for the game to go live. Fierce versus CEX. I was told 8 seconds. But Ben, I feel like I've been had.
It's not the first time Mara's lied.
Really? Really?
Caused us to look like fools.
Yeah, coming to an epic land near you.
I believe it's IEM Kettering.
IEM Kettering, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the correct term.
Well, Stanley is in the server, so IEM Kettering is going to be one of the big focal points of this team, obviously, after losing versus Smooya's Mix.
So Kamau going to be flashed in here. Stanley completely blind, taken down very easily. So Kamau, it's an interesting player. There was a lot of drama after Epic Clan with a few things, but like Lola was mentioning, he's one of those players apparently quite young, he's 16, but clearly has potential. Like, he's in this position to be in this game. Yeah. So he kind of, he's one of those players. Apparently, he's been a bit of a nuisance to some people. One of those types, right? If you know what I mean when I can say a bit of a nuisance, it's a bit touch and go relationship-wise with some players.
Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully he finds a way to get into this lineup if this were the case, right? Because CeX, as crazy as it is, like, think about the players that passed through CeX under Rezu's leadership, though, as well.
They've let a lot of players go.
Yeah.
But they haven't really done the Epsilon where they sell them.
Yeah, that's the next step. Right?
They're kind of missing out on the whole, like...
the payoff.
The payoff, yeah.
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 But it's a struggle.
that is hard, actually. Commitment's hard. As you...
I do know. Yeah.
You know recently, yeah.
I do know. 30 seconds left. It's 4v2. The bomb, they don't seem to have an idea of what they really want to do here. Looks like B will be the end goal. Unfortunately, that might be the wrong call based on the CT's positions right now. And the worry is, I was going to say that Fry might take their heads off, but instead we've got Dom still alive. 15 seconds. It's a similar situation to the Astra one. If he's able to stop the bomb plant, this could be crazy. 10 seconds left.
Oh.
He's going to have to stick that plant, and he kind of has to face. It's the only way of really winning. Unless he goes for a crazy 1v3 in the first round. I don't know how he still got that kill.
Yeah, it was a nice pick there onto James BT's. Nukdog there with the timing around the pillar. Makes it 4-1. Round number 6 should be the quality buy now coming out from Fierce. They have $3,000 across the board. They can save here. And going forward, try and come back from the 1-5 deficit. And they say, fear the man with nothing to lose. And I guess that, well, analogy, anecdote, whatever you want to make it, continues for a team as well. Fear the team with nothing to lose. CeX can't qualify, if I'm correct.
Yep.
They can't qualify anymore, which may mean they play with no stress,
unparalleled
no
confidence,
pressure.
isn't it? Like, you know,
exactly.
even if we lose, it doesn't really matter. It's only really pride, I guess, at stake. Really, just being, you know, how well do we want to show ourselves in the server? And I mean, so far, things are looking pretty good. Dom actually survives on 1 HP off that peak as well, which is kind of crazy on its own. Eccles hoping to find something, but I kind of feel like there are some eyes on this actual entrance. Ooh. Even more so. They have no idea about Astro. Ooh. Very nice shots fired. Astro could get a free kill here if he goes the right way, but doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he's going the wrong way. But he is going towards long. Eccles made us save the AK actually for the next round. That's probably the smartest decision to make.
I believe there is another AK where Eccles is as well. Because there was the 2 kills found in Connector, wasn't there?
Yeah, left on Astro.
Should be getting paled over, right? Screaming out into another gun. Which I think is what Eccles is trying to do, the classic, you know, there was one over here, come, 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 sort of thing. So, save the AK. They were going to have a buy regardless, but I guess Stan could do with that drop based on his money being relatively low compared to everybody else. However, this is going to be the full loss bonus anyway, as well, so it'll be a pretty healthy buy. 2 AKs, and combine that with Org Power, potentially AWPs. Looking pretty decent for them, but CeX 5-1 up. Kind of concerning.
Yeah, it is. Especially as they are on their CT side. But I imagine Fierce will have very strong mental fortitude. Now that they have started.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, considering the lineup in the past, right? Considering this lineup, when you had, like, artists and stuff, it did feel like the kind of lineup that would just, like, struggle to get back into a game. Like, all things considered. But ultimately, yeah, it depends on the day, perhaps, right?
Oh, the lineup here towards Monster from Fry. 3 kills for him. Not quite the ace, but LS going to flash himself, so he's going to be running.
Oh, he got the bomb.
Complete. Oh, actually, he did. Stanley. Towards Monster. Ooh, good smoke.
All on Resi. If he gets 2 kills, there's a lot of damage. Actually, able to not get anything. CeX, they can see the money that's built up. 13k Carmo up, Nuke 10k as well. You're looking at minimum no 2 buy rounds really, regardless of bomb plants or anything. This could be the start of something new for Fierce. Question is, will they pop to the top?
Ooh. Good point. Make or break really for this one. They have a little bit of cash to work with if they do get resets. A little bit actually fair chunk of money. HE in towards middle should do damage. It doesn't.
Didn't actually reach.
Yeah, Nuke Dog far enough back.
Nuke Dog with the AWP is have we seen flashes of it every now and then?
Wow, he's got the Dragon Lore. Wow. Okay.
Is it his? Oh, it is.
It is his. My goodness.
Right, Jake, go with third person. Let's have a look at the
That's
quality.
Pretty good. That is a pretty good quality.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Who's he borrowed that off?
I think he's had it for a while actually.
Really?
Cool. Yeah.
Fancy. Nice for some.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess.
yeah.
So what's the big play here for Dom? Because Dom's deep towards long.
Yeah, I think for him, he needs to push at the right time when they're ready for the execution. Try and catch.
If he's hearing noise, I think you need a flash, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. He's not baiting for him by the
He's
end
just
long, and there you have him. There was no one there towards the truck towards, and he put along to. Well, I swear, Astro maybe should have been in that setup, but you never know. 5 versus 4 as Rezu does survive on 2 HP. 35 seconds remaining. As now they go back towards the B site. Very slow, this matchup. You know, when you look at these teams on paper, I was expecting something fast.
I think it would be the other way around, right? If Fierce were the ones starting on T side, I think the pace would be quickened by quite a lot. So Rezu's already trying to sell this fake. We've seen a lot of down to the last few seconds. It's all on Fry there. If he gets to kill a monster, he might be able to convert this round very nicely. That's a good volley as well.
In style, Stanley, 3.2 sensitivity.
The bomb's in the pit.
Oh,
It's going to be too late. They can't get back up.
That
Unless they get kills.
3, 2.
You got it. You got it. You have to plant in the open.
It's 1 second
my
left.
word.
Now it's Astra in the 1 versus 2. They know exactly where he was towards heaven.
Smoke's beautiful.
He's a beautiful smoke. Now has to go towards CT lower. Has to defuse again a flashback to his name. That is all. Push in towards B. Goes to the AK. Spots that one. Those ones in towards water. Hasn't realised that he crouched in towards pit. Karma. So we're taking him down 6-2, and that is the reset, Ben. But look at the cash. He can still buy. Stanley should be able to drop over an M4, but you don't know if he might just go for the org investment. Yeah, he's just bought himself an orb.
I think the worrying thing is this B hold seems to be a bit of a worry so far.
Yeah, the communication between Stanley and Fry towards Monster hasn't been best, but obviously Stanley, this is the first official I've seen him play for the team.
Yeah, I originally did hear that they were trying him out, but they did announce it as ZNX, so I wonder what the situation is regarding that. Potentially a situation with the university. I believe ZNX is at university. Maybe.
But is his former team, so I don't know if there's a contract.
Well, maybe. That could be in the good old contract. Astra, however, with this sword. Nice 2 kills. Can't get any more.
Because obviously there's been a few times where in UK domestic matchups, they weren't actually allowed to fill full rosters. But anyway, I'm talking over this amazing 3K from Eccles. He's bringing to watch this back and be annoyed. But he gets annoyed at everything, doesn't he?
Look how many deaths he's got.
Just 2. That is efficiency.
Playing for the stats, isn't it?
Pure efficiency there from Eccles. Round 10, 6-3. So, still going to be the 4 AK buy coming out from CEX. CZ as well for a oh, Scout actually.
It's worth looking at that. So the 2 rounds that Fierce have won, like most recently, were off of CEX doing something quick. If you think about it, it was that B rush, which obviously Fry shut down completely. That was then a quick play up highway. Astra shut it down with 2K. Obviously Eccles done with 3. So, they're kind of it's the classic. You're trying to hit them by surprise, and completely by surprise, right? You've been playing so slow, down to the full 1 minute 50, pretty much, like down to the last 5 seconds. And you try and we'll try and hit them with something fast. They won't expect this. They're holding us like grenades. Both times this has not worked. So it's got to be surely for the remainder of this half, you go back to that entire slow-paced play, and work off that. Nuclear been very good with that position though. He was actually ready for potentially somebody to push up. Doesn't look like that'll be the case though. Single flash and they actually don't get a kill, nor even a trade potential there.
5 versus 4. Rezi making it the file. 4 versus 3 now. Stanley goes towards Monster, finds 1. Does some good damage there to Karma, who managed to get away on 20 HP. HE does trail behind, but unfortunately doesn't quite make it. Astro has an inkling that Noob Dog's there. Oh, the timing again. Noob Dog's timing today has been amazing, but unfortunately, the extra inches of hair he has does catch the orb shot. Astro on towards default. Misses the flick. Inside the Molotov. Has to go for the reface. Misses it again. It's a windy day. Lazza says hi. And now it's all down to LS. It's the 1 versus 2. Able to find the shot. Just like that, it's going to go 6-4. Fierce able to find a few rounds here and string them together.
Very awkward exchange, I think, is how I described that. It's a battle right there. Astro very much up against it with the fire right next to him. And this will be the first time that CeX actually will not be buying in. So obviously, they started the game off with a force buy. Now we finally see some Deagles in play. Rezu to go for a Glock, actually. The question is, what do they want to do with this? Is it more of a actual use these for the picks, or do you want to try and just go for something quick, see if you can, crowd someone and potentially catch them off guard? But it looks like it might be a classic around the world, perhaps.
Around the world.
Get contact towards long. If you don't get contact, keep going.
Keep going.
This could be it.
Oh, this is going to be a highlight reel. Gone. What should I call him? Soul cast now. Only 2. Astro with 1 as well. It's looking like a fairly clean anti-eco here, as long as they can keep 4 alive. And they can't. 1 more kill here. This could get very interesting. Nuke Dog. 1 versus 2. has the org. Bomb could go down as well. Both the players going to be rotating in via CT as well.
He's hoping to find the EWP.
Yeah.
There's no armor.
It's a lot easier.
Oh, that nade! 81 damage on the Morg. Yeah, that actually finishes him off.
There you go.
Lovely utility. Both from Fry, I believe.
5 to 6. Round 12. Karma is leading.
Quite low, all things considered, right?
Damage 100 for Fry.
So that was that one kill.
Yeah.
Like, so
basically.
when you consider how slow the rounds have been, or rather how much playtime we've had technically of the rounds, right? You're thinking that's ultimately your best chance of getting utility damage. Like the longer the rounds are, maybe like you know you're able to get that sort of stuff. Very, very, very low. I think there was a game that oh, maybe that's why the utility damage is low. It's not, they're not making it over the wall. That could be the issue, actually. There was a game that Imi mentioned once when he was coaching these to start off with, where Fry had over 1,000 utility damage in a full 30-round prac.
Jesus Christ.
Which is actually unreal. Like, imagine averaging 33
kills.
damage a round with utility.
Must have been Inferno.
I got to be thinking Inferno, right? It's a safe guess. I've been loving this though. This is something CX did last week. Oh.
Nearly. Gets him down to 11.
The head arm was probably saved in there. Because for whatever reason, head arm makes you take less damage from HEs. I don't know why. Dom's made a huge play though, see the huge push all the way around. Unlucky for him is that the fact he'll see only Karma. Unless he holds on the trigger there. Contact comes through, he gets the first kill, second kill. Should be a third, but doesn't quite get it. But even then, he's obviously it's 4v3 in their favour. Both those players at Monster are very, very low.
Yeah, both low HP as you said. Fry and Stan have been struggling towards B in this matchup. Now, Razoo tries his best to do something here, but actually the low HP players from the B side able to find 3 apiece. 6-6 as we go all squared up into round number 13. This is looking a lot better for Fierce, but it is on their CT side, and for CEX, having to play a mix on their T side to be at this point as well. If they get any more rounds, they're already happy with this half, but if they get any more rounds, they're going to be even more overjoyed. I don't know, I'm trying to think of superlative with them, but
I'd be ecstatic at having 6 rounds on T side. Overpass.
Yeah.
Just thinking back.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been really nice, actually.
Yeah. Actually, any rounds would have been nice, to be honest.
I think we got 1 in 27.
Yeah.
Very, very poor attempt, all things considered. Should be a nice and easy round, though. Obviously, Dom will probably fall, but ultimately, I don't think anything else comes of this. James BT does have armor. If you give him the org, maybe something could come from that. There we go, the swap comes across. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, has the armor. HP, as you said. Should really give the deagle over to LS, but who knows? Sponsoring the play towards CT. Fry with the peak. Takes down LS. Now 1 versus nothing as Astro lands the headshot. Fierce finally have the lead back in their favour. Round number 14. Dom had 14 kills himself, but a lot of these have been ecos though, we do have to say.
Yeah.
Towards A long,
like
towards the A side.
Right?
Yeah, he said 6 kills straight from ecos.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean, Fierce they've got into the game, right? They were really struggling to just get a footing because there was such a slow style of play from CEX, right? The first, as you said, it was down to like the last 10 seconds, about 5 of the rounds they won. And they were not expecting that sort of play, like completely across the board. The CEX, I guess, they to their own demise to some point, right? They started going a bit quicker, and it was the wrong move.
Really landed the spray perfectly onto Razoo. HE's again going to be lobbed outside Monster, but Stanley still taking some damage from it now, but it's still playing further back towards the pillar. Smoke does fade towards Monster, but it will be renewed. 3 players outside Monster. Smoke's being ready to be primed. Ooh, actually this timing could be perfect. It will be LS still wins the duel though. Stanley able to only find out.
Very good flashbang comes through though. James Weezy gets that trade. 3v3. Eccles. Oh
dear.
I mean, he had no chance whatsoever in that battle. Thankfully, Dom is there. Still alive, 1v2. Looking for another 3k to add to the books. So a very big one. He does still have the kit. Decent grenades as well. No offensive though. If he's able to find one of the 1v1s, there's a current gap where there's no trade possibility. It's not the first. Good use of the smoke. And he's actually picked up a Molotov as well, but I don't think he doesn't know about that yet. Unfortunately, the tracers are perfectly lined up, and a very easy 3k for Tom. 17 kills.
Showing the hat-trick of kills is just against the Ecos. 8-6. CeX have been falling flat on their T side. One of the issues though with CeX is we never see them take pauses.
That's true. It's a very common thing for them to do. I mean, I kind of saw at LAN. They do seem like a very emotional team at times.
Oh, Nuke Dog especially.
Right, because obviously it works both ways, right? Where you're winning a game, everything's fantastic. Losing it, yeah, very, very sad. Very, very sad. However, they're actually going to be rushing B just as Fierce decides to not play fully in the site.
Obviously, CeX have been towards B, but Stanley's been succeeding 2 towards short. And able to get the third as well. 4 versus 1. It's going to be the half concluding 9-6. I mean, the Doors had a, what was it, 5-1 score, and I believe it was 4-1, or at least 5-2.
It was 5-1 because they got the reset, didn't they?
Yeah, it was 5-1. So, 9-6, Fierce managed to recalibrate themselves the second half of their CT side, and now they have themselves... Well, I think both teams are going to be satisfied with that. Obviously, considering the situation where it was 5-1 down for Fierce, they're going to be happy with the 9-6. For CEX, you get 6 rounds as a mix on your T side again. You can only take the positives away from that.
I mean, as well as that, you just consider the overall CT meta, don't you? Like, it's very easy to build the CT side now, right? The Yorg is so very, very strong. And it's the fact that you can use it like a laser at times, right? It's such an easy gun to control areas, be aggressive with is the other thing. Like, it's kind of crazy to see the impact it has had, even though it wasn't really a mechanical change to the gun itself, just a simple price change. Which, yeah, I guess it showed how incredibly strong it actually was.
Yeah, it was interesting actually. Thorin made a video about 1.6 and he mentioned how it took, I think it was 7 years before people realized the silent running, where if you ran and jump crouch at the same time, you could run without making any noise. 7 years to work that out.
Yeah, imagine if that was in the game for like 3 days. Yeah, people were going absolutely crazy.
Exactly, but it was interesting.
Because that's game breaking as anything.
And that lasted a long time in 6. And it was interesting because I was thinking, gosh, what have we not discovered yet in CSGO? And I think the Org...
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think the power of the Org was definitely one of them.
I mean, if you think back to around this time last year, I guess it was the power of just utility in general as well, right?
Yeah, everyone was going off about Astralis,
didn't they?
Yeah, actually the Katowice event where Astralis came top 4, I believe. Fnatic won the last Katowice. Well, Astralis won 2017. But it was around that time afterwards, going into Sydney, etc. where
Masters Marseille was the next event for Astralis. It was the fact that it was that event Fnatic won, right? Flusher had 8 like utility damage on his own. Just as a comparison, his team probably averages about 21. So he's already putting out, 40% of that on his own. Which is kind of crazy. Insane. And now Astralis average about 32.
Jeez.
Which 8 of that is Bucklave. Usually it's about 7 from Magisk. It's kind of crazy. I was going to say let's see some utility damage, but unless we're seeing flashbangs hit people's heads.
Could do. Doubt it though. Let's see. Oh, thanks. Oh.
We've been wiped. I think it does reset after the first round though, right? I think ESEA, that was the old bug they had, where you have to get like a kill for your actual things to update. We'll find out.
So, 4 players here from Fierce. Eccles across the map. It seems like Eccles seems to be the lurk player for this team.
Yeah, you seem willing to trust him, right?
Yeah, exactly. Flash in towards the site. Smoke as well. Going to be interesting to see whether it does land. Going towards the CT stairs. And it's Rezu with the P2000 on the default site. 1 for Nuke, 1 for Stan. And Rezu chimes in with one of his own, but trades so far, which are favouring the terrorist side immediately. The rush comes in from CT stairs. It is down to LS in the 1 versus 2.
Yeah, Eccles arriving on the scene. Astro no armor, worth noting. So he's not exactly Owner will be wanting to take this fight. Unless Echoes is present, which he is, and the punch is going to come through, and it's very easy for them to take that out. Astro with a 3 on the pistol. Despite having obviously no armor, he just went in with the smoke, 2 flashbangs. Bringing it forward for his team. Let's have a look. Oh.
Hey.
The ADR is then set for the second half as well. Yeah. Good old ESEA. I wonder when they'll actually try and find a way to fix that, because I actually don't know what the system is, because the kill, deaths, everything is correct. But it's just that second tab doesn't.
It's the ADR's messed up too.
Yeah, it's when you click more stats, all that stuff on there doesn't add up. So there's a bit of a line of CTs in the toilets here.
Yeah, I need to take to max on the case. Work out what's wrong.
It's the queue for the toilet at the after party. Right there.
Yeah, mental, wasn't it? Imagine having 2 urinals for a... Anyway. Toilets is going to be the battleground, a place of war here for both these teams. But unfortunately, one team has weaponry, the others just have a lot worse weaponry, USBs at best. 11-6 here, Fierce have the commanding hold on this matchup, and I think this could be closing out extremely quickly.
LS with the AWP?
Yeah, he is very good at AWP.
We see it, yeah, I was going to say, the CX with that team,
yeah, typically.
they just passed it around, didn't they, usually? It was one of those awkward ones where the only player I think we didn't see pick it up at Prem last finals was ZNX, if I remember correctly. Which is kind of amusing, because obviously ZNX was popping off and everything, but we saw so many different people use it. And Fierce just going straight at them. First buy round, which goes straight rush towards B. Stand straight and peg as the first goal to James BT. Rezu picking up 2 of his own as well. Does get traded finally, but they do not know that this player is in the smoke. Nuke Dog, you do quite a lot. Astra's going to go for that plant. Nuke Dog unfortunately running into him.
Oh, no.
I think it was one of those where Astra's planting just outside the smoke, and then he's had a leg just pop out of the smoke.
Yeah.
And he's gone, hang on.
Hang on a minute. That's me said I had a boyfriend. 1 versus 3. Armor. Only good enough for 1.
There is only one Kamapanya.
I mean, I don't want to say, I mean, it's true, but I feel bad saying that.
Why is that?
Oh, actually, he did say he's got a bit of history, hasn't he, for being slightly hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Is that in a team? Is that how he talks to people in the scene? Is that toxicity? He's going to make, you know, assumptions you don't know about.
Well, he just, when I spoke to him, he just seemed a very outright kind of guy, statement-wise. There was no like.
What did he say?
Well, no, he just seemed very like, what he says goes sort of thing, right? That kind of approach, if you get what I mean.
Self-assertive.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
I think that attitude is important when building up a star player. But the stars did not align for him towards a long. 1 kill for him, traded out immediately by, I believe that was Dom. So that goes down as well. That lets down the 1 versus 3.
Did a lot of damage there, surprisingly, to Stan.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing actually.
P250 would have been the kill.
13-6. I wonder how many rounds in a row it's been now. It must be, it was 6, wasn't it? Yeah, so 7.
Yeah.
7 rounds in a row for Fierce on the T side, but there's going to be another buy coming from CEX. Still no pauses from Poison Red.
Not quite. Not yet. I say that as if there is going to be one. There probably won't be.
Yeah.
So I wonder where Murky's gone.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Because obviously he, I believe he's what, 17?
Around there, 18.
Yeah, he's all, actually might have said 18 at least. But he was, you know, one of the shining lights alongside ZNX really, because he's an AWPer, young AWPer, quite flashy at times. Usually you just look towards that and try and think, how much can we, you know, can we build him to be even better than that, right? And we didn't really get a chance to see too much progression taken out of the lineup, and Rezu was very ready for that.
Jordy boy. Again goes down.
He's lethal this org, isn't he?
He is. Shout out to Harry.
Oh!
And through the wall. 5 versus 2 then. Orgs into play, and suddenly it's a very different game, this old Counter-Strike, isn't it? again, just Nuke Dog. How easy he makes that look. Jesus. 3-7.
So do you pick up the org much?
I get dropped by the orgs typically.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Endpoint and cheeky and
good old Ionic.
Ionic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I just can't put myself to use the gun. I really can't.
Where's that smoke gone?
It was meant to hit the train track.
And then go monster.
Yeah.
Catastrophic
Catastrophic failure.
Oh. The train
I like the train rifle.
Yeah.
That was better.
Ah, that's cool, mate.
I was just being quite blunt, just bad. Right.
Dad jokes. I feel like you'd be good at dad jokes.
It's usually my thing, but I'm not a dad yet. I'm out of the bod.
It's fine, mate.
It's only the bod that matters, isn't it?
Yeah. You have to have a kid for them to call you daddy.
Not wrong. In the right circumstance.
2 middle, 3 A long. This is going to be Karma towards A. Actually, the rotation now coming in from LS from Heaven. That isn't LS in his Steam profile, is it? Who is that?
Is that CeX?
No.
Is that an old CeX though?
It kind of looks like Flamey and CeX combined.
I think it's a very old CeX picture. Like it looks like a proper like BYOC 2013 sort of like right at the start sort of thing of CSGO.
Well, let's see. Oh, we're gonna get CeX S plays here on the A side. Through the smoke, echoes the spam, perfectly placed. 2 versus 3, 20 seconds remaining. Bomb will go down, and now James BT stuck towards the smokes. Nuke Dog through them though, finds the kill onto Eccles. And now we have a 1 versus 1. Frederick. Oh, it's too easy for Frederick, really, isn't it?
He does make it look easy very often, doesn't he?
That is a sign of mastery.
He's an absolute head popper at times. And the other times I believe he's grinding 99 on OSRS.
Yeah, he loves RuneScape, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Can't stand that game.
Do you know what? I played the tutorial, got to level 3, and never played it since. It's so boring.
I loaded up the tutorial and just thought this looks crap. Because I
yeah.
played CSS already at the time. So I was like, why would I play a browser game when I could actually play a real game? Same goes with Club Penguin.
Oh no.
Yep. And how about Hotel? What else am I going to diss? What are the other ones? There's another one, I'm pretty sure, isn't there?
What, as in...
another game like those browser ones.
Neopets?
Never played that. How was this running on from a 2v5 to a 2v2? With both players being separate as well? Like, not even, you know, working as a duo.
B-side for free as well. Okay. So... this is a scenario we weren't expecting to be seeing. Bomb is making its way through Monster. Echoes has the B side completely, but I'm sure that...
They don't know about short, do
they? Echoes, I don't think he heard the AUG scope in there.
No. It's a very...
He's going to call that the B side's clear.
He'll check it.
Oh!
He did see him.
There you go, that's the round done pretty much. Now LS has to come through short.
He's CeX. Watch out.
How's Echoes taking 20? He's missed the water.
That's disappointing. Like that. Let's see if LS can make it happen like the clutch minister. No kit. Only a Molotov with his AK. They know exactly where he's coming from. Both of them are facing the same bit. As soon as one gets contact, the other will peek. They need it.
Sent to bed by Soulcats. 15-7. 8
Smooth sailing
points.
since that CT side, right? It's been completely... I imagined if Fear, as I said, like if Fear started T, I think the game would have been an absolute steam train, right? It's speed-wise of the game as well.
Yeah, pistol rounds as well, making an impact. But yeah, as you said, it's only been 1 round win in 9. It's gone 9-1 ever since we saw 6-6. And the rounds were fast as well. Many ecos coming in from CX. The money never able to build up. It was just, they had that win to get 7, they got reset, and it was pretty much all said and done. James BT.
He'll die, yeah. I was going to say, Fry did enough just damage on its own there. And Eccles can thankfully recover it. Will he actually take the gun away, though? However, that lurk from Carmo could be huge, yeah.
From behind, it's one. Second as well, should be landing. And it does. Astro just the Mac 10. May go down as well to Karma.
Thing is, I'm watching Rezo on the minimap. He's quite a way away. I don't know. Where's he going?
There we go. Now it's just Rezo. 15-7. Ben, and I think this may be GG.
There's no kit in play, so at least that guarantees he'll have to be quite pacey when he does decide to finally push towards the correct bomb site.
Get his running shoes on. You do like a good run, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
So,
it's good to clear the mind.
Yeah. And that could be it. There you go, 16-7, just like that. Could have really been anything easier for them after the 6-6 point of the game. So, Fierce have won, and in terms of the group, how does that set things up for basically the next matchup? Winner, loser, who does Fierce play and who does London play?
Yeah, so obviously we'll have, because of that, Fierce guarantees second in Group A, which they'll be kind of annoyed that they let it go, right? Because the weird thing is people probably see the standings during the break, and it will have the round, they instantly think it goes head-to-head first. Well, points, head-to-head.
Yep. Round
and then normally it's round difference.
Oh, is it different?
It's head-to-head round difference, so the two matches you play against each other.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
So
okay.
Reflex winning 16-8, whereas Fierce beat them 16-12, which means Reflex technically have +4 over them. So
wow.
You would normally look at round difference first, though. Right? That's
no. But I quite like that actually.
I'm not a fan.
Okay. Wow.
I'll be honest. I think that you should be rewarded for the overall group rather
yeah.
than just the personal thing. But ultimately, that does mean, depending on the next matchup, as you said, Pensioners against Revelation. If Pensioners win, they'll be getting the second seed, which means they'll have London against Fierce instead. If Revelation win, though, we're looking at Endpoint versus Fierce.
Well, it all does come down to this next matchup. Obviously, one you do not want to miss. Want to see the playoff bracket, who's going to be making it with the seeds, who Endpoint, if they do actually make it. Obviously, a massive match for Pensioners to try and take versus Revelation GG. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you shortly.